Right now at noon, a lawsuit is asking Wisconsin prisons and jails to release vulnerable inmates due to COVID-19. And Senators Baldwin and Johnson are asking for an investigation into the missing absentee ballots in Wisconsin.
This is News 3 Now at noon.
Good afternoon, I'm Mark Kane. Thanks for tuning in to News 3 Now on this Friday afternoon. Just when we thought spring was here to stay, it's gone just as fast. Let's head over to the Weather Center. Meteorologist Chris Reese has a look at your Easter weekend forecast.
Hello, Mark. I mean, it's April in Wisconsin. What did we expect? It tends to be that way around here. We had warm temperatures this week. Temperatures were close to 80 in spots on Tuesday. Of course, things have been a lot colder. Plenty of sunshine out there today, though. Yesterday, we had the snow squalls coming through really just every couple of minutes, it seemed. But those have been able to clear out for us. We're watching a few snow flurries, there we go, up as you work your way towards Door County, but those should not be impacting us here in south central Wisconsin really at all. Winds are lighter too. Yes, there is still a little bit of a breeze, but it is nowhere near as windy and breezy as it was as we went through yesterday. Folks, look for that sunshine to stick around going through the afternoon. We're at 42 right now. I expect those temperatures to top out right around 49 degrees today, but we do have an alert day in the forecast for rain and the potential for some accumulating snow across parts of the state, Mark. We're going to be breaking that down coming up here just after 12:15.
Snow in April is not unheard of.
No, it's not.
All right, Chris, we'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you. A lawsuit is asking the Wisconsin Supreme Court to release elderly and vulnerable inmates from the state's prison who would be at greater risk from the coronavirus outbreak. The lawsuit filed by the American Civil Liberties Union of Wisconsin says the release is necessary to avoid inmates stricken with COVID-19 flooding hospitals in communities where prisons are located. The action mirrors similar moves in states across the country by the ACLU and others. Governor Tony Evers has not responded to the lawsuit. The positive cases of coronavirus in Wisconsin continues to increase. Right now, over 3,000 Wisconsinites have tested positive for the illness. There are also 122 deaths being reported. Milwaukee County leads the state with the most cases at over 1,500, including 73 deaths. Dane County is reporting 316 positive cases and 12 deaths. The U.S. is now closing in on 500,000 coronavirus cases, and the death toll is more than 16,000. New York is still the epicenter with 777 deaths reported yesterday. But there is evidence that social distancing measures are helping to flatten the curve there. Michael George reports from New York.
The death toll from coronavirus complications is so high in New York City, crews on Hart Island near the Bronx are burying unclaimed bodies that have been at the morgue for more than 2 weeks. But there are encouraging signs. The state's hospitalizations and ICU admissions are both down. Still, Governor Cuomo says New York is not out of the woods yet.
The moment you stop following the policies, you will go right back and see that number shoot through the roof.
This temporary military hospital at New York's Javits Center has only a fraction of the patients it can hold, in part because hospitalizations have gone down. But the virus continues to surge in places in the Midwest. Sandy Brown of Flint, Michigan lost both her husband and son to the virus. They're 2 of 4 parishioners to die this month from the same church.
I get speechless, I get a little emotional because of the effects that is happening in America.
The White House says Philadelphia could be a new hotspot. The city has more than 5,000 infections, with data showing African Americans are more at risk.
We look at all of the structural issues around all of these healthcare inequalities, all of these lower income jobs. It tends to impact individuals in neighborhoods of color a lot more than it does in other neighborhoods.
Community members are working hard to get the word out to neighbors to follow the guidelines. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
And Vice President Mike Pence participated in a conference call this morning on COVID-19's impact on the African American community. The economic impact of the coronavirus pandemic appears to be at the forefront of President Trump's thoughts as millions of Americans are feeling the strain of social distancing guidelines. President Trump says with the number of coronavirus infections going down, he's looking ahead to reopening the economy. Health experts say in order to reopen the economy, we'll need to quickly find people who are positive.
What I would want to see, do we have the capability of doing the isolation, contact tracing, and suppression of it?
President Trump is considering creating a coronavirus economic task force to study the best ways to get businesses up and running and people back to work. The economic impact of the virus is getting worse every day, affecting households all over the U.S. The newest numbers reveal 16.8 million Americans have filed for unemployment benefits since mid-March, nearly wiping out the more than 18 million jobs created in the past 11 years. That's the largest and fastest string of U.S. job losses in generations. Dozens of economists say there's no need to worry about an upcoming recession. They think it's already here. 45 economists said in a survey that the U.S. is already in a recession, and they believe we will stay in one for the first half of the year. The survey was done by the National Association of Business Economics. It points to the coronavirus pandemic as the problem, of course, and predicts a spike in unemployment, a decline in spending, and a dip in the economic growth rate. Still, the economists are optimistic that things will bounce back in the second half of the year, but they point out that it may need assistance from the federal stimulus package. It'll be a much different Easter this Sunday, with social distancing and virtual worship replacing traditional church services. Easter Sunday celebrates the resurrection of Jesus Christ. President Trump once hoped it would mark the resurrection of the U.S. economy and a return to work for many Americans. But as the number of those succumbing to COVID-19 continues to rise and social distancing guidelines firmly in place, churches will not be holding regular service this Sunday. The Vatican says Pope Francis will be social distancing. He'll celebrate Easter alone in St. Peter's Basilica. Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers will allow churches to offer drive-up service today for Good Friday and Easter. Evers last week denied a request from Republican lawmakers asking him to roll back his stay-at-home order that does not allow more than 10 people to gather for a church service. Many churches have moved to broadcasting services online, while others have already been offering drive-up services. And News 3 Now will be airing a service at 10:30 Sunday morning. The Easter Sunday Mass will be celebrated by Reverend Donald Hine. It's the Bishop of Madison. He'll be at St. Peter's Catholic Parish in Middleton. Again, that's Sunday at 10:30 right here on News 3 Now. In other news, a Madison man arrested following an opioid-related death in Greene County. New Glarus police and first responders were called to a report of an unresponsive person on Wednesday. Officials say that person was pronounced dead at the scene. Investigators say they believe it was an opioid-related death and believe that 63-year-old Kerwin Harvey was suspected of supplying opiates to the victim. On Thursday, multiple agencies arrested Harvey on Madison's east side. Harvey could face a first-degree reckless homicide charge. Wisconsin Senators Tammy Baldwin and Ron Johnson, in rare bipartisan unity, are calling on the U.S. Postal Service to investigate what happened to missing absentee ballots in Wisconsin. In a letter to the Inspector General, the senators cite numerous accounts from the state that the Postal Service failed to fulfill its critical mission of getting all those ballots in the hands of voters. The Wisconsin Elections Commission reported that nearly 1.3 million absentee ballots had been requested by voters, and about 235,000 ballots had not yet been returned as of yesterday. State officials reported 3 tubs of ballots from Oshkosh and Appleton were discovered in a mail processing center. The Milwaukee Election Commission has also called for an investigation into a separate set of undelivered ballots. The University of Wisconsin-Madison is canceling all face-to-face summer non-credit programs and activities, with the exception of a few that are able to run using distance learning technologies. UW-Madison moved summer for credit courses online or to an alternative mode of instruction. Campus events and meetings are canceled through May 15th. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Up next, we'll see what Howard's working on in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Today, I'm going to show you how to cook your Easter ham without ever turning on your oven. You can, and it's quite tasty.
Do you know the secret to having the perfect lawn? Maple Leaf Landscaping does. With their 6-step turf care program, you can have a beautiful lawn all season long. Check their website for special discounts and leave the yard work to Maple Leaf, your year-round property care experts.
Take a break from cooking at home and order takeout from your local Monk's Bar and Grill. Monk's is offering curbside pickup takeout service for your safety and convenience during these difficult times. Visit monksbarandgrill.com for takeout menus and online ordering.
we've always given. So thank you to our helpers at BMO and beyond. Thank you to the healers, the fighters, the all-nighters, the cleaners, the movers, the 18-wheelers. Thank you to the farmers, the grocers, the above and beyonders. Thank you to all the frontliners for keeping our lives moving when the world needs to stop.
Imagine facing Wisconsin's bitter cold winter without a warm home, or the blistering heat of summer without power, then having to make the tough choice between eating or meeting other basic survival needs. Unfortunately, over 200,000 of our neighbors in need will face this difficult decision with no place else to turn, including those who are now unemployed due to the COVID-19 crisis. Keep a neighbor in crisis safely in their home during these difficult times by supporting and donating to the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund today.
Josh had a great smile and lots of personality, and everybody loved him. He was very sick and in the hospital for a very long time. He was just another number in that group home.
Basically, they gave him a death sentence.
The minute I met Matt, I knew that something good was going to come out of this for Josh.
And Bowler and Vaughn are great people.
To me, it doesn't seem like a law firm. It seems more like a family.
Do you know the secret to having the perfect lawn? Maple Leaf Landscaping does. With their 6-step turf care program, you can have a beautiful lawn all season long. Check their website for special discounts and leave the yard work to Maple Leaf, your year-round property care experts.
Every year, right before Easter, we get lots of questions asking us if we have any suggestions on how to heat your side dishes since the ham hogs up so much oven space. Well, you could do a lot of juggling, but we think it's a lot easier and less stressful if you cook your ham in a slow cooker. The first thing we do is place a 4 to 5 pound semi-boneless ham in a 5-quart or larger slow cooker with the fat side up. We want the fat on the top, so as it cooks, it keeps the meat nice and moist. Now for the part that'll give this all its flavor. We mix together some honey, orange juice, apple cider vinegar, a bit of dried rosemary and ground cloves, along with some freshly grated orange zest. This goes over the ham, we cover it, and we cook it low and slow for 3 to 4 hours until it's heated through. This will leave us plenty of space in the oven to make all our other goodies. Come dinner time, no need to worry if everything will be hot, thanks to our slow cooker. And once your gang tastes the ham with the orange honey glaze, the only thing you'll be hearing is lots of oohs and ahs. To get the recipe for our slow-cooked orange glazed ham, just check out our website. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a slow and easy way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Well, there's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Up next, a sunny and chilly end of the week, and it's going to get cooler this weekend. Meteorologist Chris Reese has your first warn forecast after the break.
It's dinner time in America, and the breadwinner arrives home from a long day at work. Now the family can sit down at the table, where everyone knows to be mindful of their manners.
Dinner time has changed. Our quality hasn't. Reynolds Wrap, foil made in the USA since 1947.
Shop the largest selection of quality furniture and mattresses from the comfort of your home on Steinhoffels.com. Right now, Steinhoffels will ship your purchase free to your curb, driveway, or garage. Start shopping right now with a name you can trust. Steinhoffels.com.
Coming together makes us stronger, and Ford is built to lend a hand. Contact your Ford dealer, an essential part of your community, to find out more about home delivery and other vehicle service options. After all, you have a lot to take care of. Let us help take care of you. Find out more at Ford.com. Right now, qualified buyers can get 0% financing for 72 months, plus 3 months deferred payments on select 2020 Ford models.
Spring is coming, and thunder is in the forecast. It's time to hit the woods, to call him in, and turn full strut into a filled tag. So before you hit the woods, gear up for the opener. Find your camo, your calls, and all your essentials at Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's.
It feels so strange to be apart from family and friends, but it's what all of us have to do right now, even here at News 3 Now. And as more of us work from home, we want you to know you will never have to worry about getting the daily information you rely on. Health and medical updates, places to turn for food and financial help, and glimmers of hope and inspiration right in our own backyards. This is tough, we know that, but we can get through this together.
The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Well, Google steps in to help the high volume of unemployment claims, and one game time snack is a steal these days. Wendy Gillette has more in today's Money Watch report.
Are closed for the Good Friday holiday. The shortened trading week marked the S&P 500's biggest one-week gain since 1974. Like many states, New York has been overwhelmed by unemployment claims. Google is stepping in to help. The tech giant has created an application portal expected to launch today that's designed to handle a high volume of users, allowing applicants to save their work and pick it up later. The service could potentially be brought to other states. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has indefinitely extended its no-sail order for cruise ships. The CDC says there are around 100 cruise ships still at sea around the U.S., with nearly 80,000 crew on board. The CDC says at least 20 of the ships still sailing or those at port have crew members with known or suspected cases of the coronavirus. You probably wouldn't consider this consequence of the coronavirus outbreak too many chicken wings. The NCAA tournament was canceled, and it's the second most popular time to scarf down wings. The Super Bowl is, of course, #1. The Washington Post reports wings have not been this cheap since September 2011. They're currently selling at around $1 a pound, about half of what they were going for during the Super Bowl. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, go to cbsmoneywatch.com. I'm Wendy Gillette.
Thanks, Wendy. Here's Chris now with the Easter weekend forecast.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mark. We're seeing some sunshine just to start off the day. We'll see that sunshine headed into at least the early part of the evening, but clouds are getting ready to work their way back on into the forecast as we move into your Saturday. Here's our setup right now. We're still chilly out there as that northwesterly flow creeps in. Notice the cloud cover starting to work its way in from parts of Minnesota. This is what's going to move in later on as well. We have this area low pressure already starting to develop across the northern Rockies. That's going to lead to impactful weather as we move into early next week. But folks, things are still quiet on radar. We've seen a little bit of snow move through parts of Sturgeon Bay and through Door County. I don't expect that to impact us here in south central or southwestern Wisconsin. So look for another beautiful day. Similar to yesterday, except we won't see the snow squalls coming through this time. Things should stay dry for us. And here's how things play out. We'll see those temperatures top out around 49. Notice the cloud cover starting to stream in. This is that same cloud cover I just pointed out, moving in from parts of Minnesota. That will begin to increase as we move through the overnight hours. And then tomorrow, we're going to see more clouds streaming in from the south and west as well. Check out the winds. They're more southerly. Our overnight low only drops down into the mid-30s. Tomorrow morning, we're at 43 by the time we get you towards 9 o'clock. We're still seeing the increase in clouds. We may see a little bit more moisture beginning to join the picture at this point as well. So we'll watch the shower chances as we go to the afternoon, especially down south. We'll see more shower chances as we move through the overnight hours into Sunday as well. But it's later on in the day. So we get you into Easter Sunday. Here we are at 8:30 in the morning. This is when I expect the more widespread showers to begin to develop, and they become even more widespread as we move into the afternoon and evening, because we're watching quite an interesting setup across the eastern part of the country as we go through your Easter Sunday. One of the things we're watching is the southern half of the country. This is where Easter could be just quite a a dangerous day, to be downright honest about it, across parts of the Dixie Alley there. We're on the northern side of that when you have severe weather outbreaks down south, and then your low track towards the Great Lakes. We typically are on the cold side. This is why we're watching the heavy rain and the snow threat as we move into your Sunday. So let's go ahead and show you this. This is Friday night, or Saturday night rather. You see the rain coming through. Now we're at Sunday. We've had the rain at this point. It's 7 o'clock. We're starting to see the colder air start to filter in. So as you work your way north of the Dells up towards La Crosse and Wausau, they're getting in at snow at this point. Now we're at 10 o'clock. The colder air starts to filter in. We're still dealing with the heavy rain as you work your way towards southern Wisconsin. That transitions though as we go through the overnight hours. We've lost the sun. Now temperatures begin to drop. That transitions over to a period of snow, and that'll be light snow as we go through a good portion of your Monday. Some accumulation is possible. I still believe that it is too early to truly fine-tune the numbers, but nonetheless, we are watching that, especially as you work your way north and west of Madison. We're going to be cold, though. As we go through the next 6 to 10 days, look for those colder than normal temperatures to stick around. Our average high now is in the 50s, and by the time we get you towards early next week, we're going to see some days where our highs do struggle out of the 30s. Some of the model data coming in for Monday, I could drop that high down to 35 per se. So it continues to trend even colder. We do have the alert days for the heavy rain. We could see up to an inch of rain, and then the snow as well.
At least not severe weather.
No severe weather for us. That severe weather threat should be well south of us. But it's a reminder, it's still April in Wisconsin. You get everything.
All right. Thank you, Chris. Still ahead on News 3 Now at noon, an Oklahoma man is celebrating his 100th birthday. How the community is coming together to wish him a happy birthday. That's ahead at noon.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Get red-hot savings with this week's Hy-Vee hot deals. Yoplait, just 37 cents each. Coke 8 and 12 packs. Buy 2, get 1 free. Buy 1 pack of Jumbo Muffins, get 1 free. And Hy-Vee sugar, just 99 cents. Only at Hy-Vee.
Hercules. I have been expecting you.
Aha! And I brought you a gift so you can fight properly. Red Bull.
Oh! How nice. Of you. But also... rather... stupid. Mine. Mine! No, mine! No, mine! Mine!
Mine. Red Bull gives you wings.
Coming together makes us stronger, and Ford is built to lend a hand. Contact your Ford dealer, an essential part of your community, to find out more about home delivery and other vehicle service options. After all, you have a lot to take care of. Let us help take care of you. Find out more at Ford.com. Right now, qualified buyers can get 0% financing for 72 months, plus 3 months deferred payments on select 2020 Ford models.
Right now, staying in touch is more important than ever. So to help you stay connected during this unprecedented time, US Cellular is waiving data overage charges. Now through May, no matter what plan you're on, you'll have the smartphone data you need and not be charged for any overages. That way, you can work from home, check the latest headlines, and stay in touch with family and friends without worrying about your bill. So even if you have to be apart, you can stay in touch. US Cellular.
From our family to yours, we want to encourage you to keep going. Keep protecting what's most important. Keep hopeful in the face of all this. Keep believing. Keep being strong. Keep supporting the people on the front line. Keep staying together while staying apart. Keep being fearless. And most of all, keep dreaming. American Family Insurance is mailing our personal auto insurance customers a premium relief payment to help them keep going. We'll keep being here when you need us.
Save with these hot deals and more at Hy-Vee. Lay's, just $1.99. Breyer's Ice Cream, only $2.88. Buy 1 pack of cinnamon rolls, get 1 free. And Sugardale bone-in hams, just $1.28 a pound. Only at Hy-Vee.
Well, this isn't your average birthday for a 100-year-old. First of all, Bill Rapp's loved ones gave him a party that's safe in the age of social distancing. And second, wait until you see this guy. It's tough to believe he's really 100. Chase Horn has the story.
I can imagine who did all this. Hey, Lou did a lot of it. Hey, Lou. I've got a lot of friends.
A parade of friends and family, dozens of cars deep. If social distancing wasn't a thing, everyone would be at Bill's 100th birthday party. But since no one can go, they decided to bring the party to him.
Did you ever see such a parade?
Complete with a trooper escort.
Happy birthday, sir.
Signs, balloons, and everyone who says Bill has made their lives a little more special.
Just seeing how many people love him because, you know, he said a time or two that he's pretty much basically outlived all his running buddies. And so just to see that kind of show of love and support for him, it really touched me.
Bill still plays golf, swims, and drives himself to work every day. I didn't ask to see his birth certificate, but it's hard to believe he's actually 100 years old. This World War II veteran has seen a lot of birthdays, but says this one takes the cake.
This is the best. I thought I would make it.
I think everyone's pretty happy that you did.
Yeah, well, especially me.
Bill's birthday comes at a strange time, but this parade doesn't mean the actual party is canceled. It just means an even bigger celebration when this is all over.
Sometime in 2 or 3 months, I'm going to have them all out to my house.
Daddy, if you see this on the Channel 4 News, I love you.
And Bill says the secret to living so long is that he doesn't hate anyone. Good for him. All right, Chris, one final check of the forecast.
Yes, plenty of sunshine out there today. Temperatures top out around 49 degrees, but the clouds begin to increase tonight, and that'll keep temperatures a little bit milder with an overnight low into the mid-30s. We're watching the weekend, though. Rain chances come in later on in the afternoon on Saturday, so most of Saturday stays dry. Sunday looking to be a wet day right now as you go through Easter, and then Sunday night into Monday, that still looks to transition over to a period of snow for the state of Wisconsin. We have alert days in the forecast with the heavy rain and accumulating snow. We'll continue to track the details as we go into the weekend.
All right. Thank you, Chris. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. In the meantime, have a safe afternoon.